Rewards. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Tired of lying awake, tossing and turning, just hoping for a few hours of sleep? Get the sleep you crave with the one-of-a-kind Tempur-Pedic. Only Tempur-Pedic uses proprietary Tempur material that continuously adapts and responds to your body to relieve pressure, so you get deep, uninterrupted sleep. All night, every night. Now's a perfect time to renew your sleep with the one-of-a-kind comfort of Tempur-Pedic and save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets. Learn more at TempurPedic.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Your smart speakers rock when it comes to streaming us. Just say, play 96.9 The Game on iHeartRadio. FM 96.9 The Game.
The home of the Knights. WYGM Orlando. WJRR HD2 Cocoa Beach, Orlando.
Time to put the pedal to the floor. It's loud and live and local. Oh, time for open mic.
Happy hump day, everybody. We are live. We are live. We are local every morning, 6 to 9:30 a.m. with so many ways to listen to us all over Central Florida. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740. If you got the high def, swanky high def radio, that's 101.1-2. If you don't hear us good on FM, go to AM. If you don't hear us good on AM, you can always hear us loud and clear on HD 101.1-2. You can also listen on your phone by downloading that free iHeartRadio app. You can listen on your smart speaker. You can watch us on social media, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, which is our preferred manner of watching. You can go to YouTube, search for Open Mic on Demand, and you'll see our entire show right there. In fact, I got another NASCAR T-shirt on today in honor of Kyle Busch winning the Busch Clash. How appropriate. Last night at Daytona. I am the Bulldog, by the way. Is Adam Reardon the deceptive intellect? He's right over there, isn't he?
Yep.
There's the deceptive intellect, and, of course, Austin Pistolka. He's the Sultan of Sound. I think he's here, although I had to check on him this morning.
I got so engrossed in my column over at 969thegame.com. You can read it right now. We're talking national anthem conversations over there on the open mic section. Really got into writing this morning, and so the thought-provoking daily poll and other polls went up a little late today.
So I was like, where's Austin? Is he oversleep? What's going on?
Normally that's the first thing I do, but today I was like, you know what? I've got a hankering to write. And then it sent me back the rest of the day.
I've got to go to a real live press conference today. Not a Zoom conference. Yeah. A real live press conference. UCF is introducing their new AD, Terry Mahajer, today, and they're having a press conference. What the hell's going on? I got to put on pants today? I haven't put on pants during the week in ages, for crying out loud. I do my radio show with a shirt and underwear on. I've got, if you're watching right now, I've got underwear on beneath this desk that I'm working at right now.
Sure you do.
You're like news anchors that, just wear the sports coat. Yeah.
That's right.
Or maybe I have nothing on under.
Oh, man. That's our OnlyFans account, man. You can't be putting that out on YouTube.
And that'll solve all of our revenue concerns here.
Welcome to Open Mic OnlyFans After Dark.
Mike. Truly open, Mike.
Truly open, Mike.
Doing commando, doing radio. Yeah. All right. First chance at $1,000. That's coming up at 7:10 a.m. this morning. We do it every morning, twice a morning, 7:10 a.m. and 8:10 a.m. We give you a chance to win $1,000. Make sure you're listening then, because everybody could use $1,000 right about now. We like to begin every show, by the way, with the Open Mic Early Morning Inspirational Quote of the Day. From our favorite philosopher, his name, of course, is Anonymous, who once said, and I quote, "You have to be your strongest when you're feeling your weakest," end quote.
Yeah, no, I think that one right there is a pretty good one, because when you're down and out and you're feeling defeated, that's when you really need to find the strength to persevere, to come back, to battle, to fight. And sometimes, coming from that negative takes a heck of a lot more positive just to get you to the break-even point. And if you're going to continue to win, then you need even more. So you get down, don't be down. That's when you need to be at your strongest. Find your most energy. It's easy to be strong when you're winning, but when you're down, that's when you discover whether or not you have true strength.
Oh yeah. Spoken like a true women's soccer coach at Lyman High School.
That's true. We were down this year. We don't call high school. We call it girls soccer. We don't call it women.
Yeah. Once it gets into college, then it's women.
Yeah,
that's women.
Gotcha. What do we want to start with this morning? Let's start with the Sad Sack Orlando Magic.
Do we have to? Oh.
Yes, we did.
We get a new song. Orlando Magic.
Injury bug coming to get you.
Yeah.
We've been gotten.
The Magic lose 106-97 to begin that 4-game road West Coast road trip. They lose to the Trailblazers, and yet another injury with starting point guard Cole Anthony leaving the game early with a shoulder injury. Here's what it sounded like last night.
Lillard, a fadeaway jumper, a beauty. Not much you can do about that. He has 10 points in the third quarter. We're not 4 minutes in yet. Cole Anthony, something happened to his, looks like his right shoulder. In a lot of pain. Magic trainer Ernest Eugene has come over to take a look.
Just don't want to see that.
Anthony's a tough guy. Hopefully he'll be all right.
Vucevic unable to connect. Here's Carmelo for three. Got it. He's made 4 threes tonight, Carmelo Anthony. 10-point game, 2:25 left. Lillard one-on-one against Terrence Ross. Shooting for 3. Got it. Well, he does that so often. When they need a big bucket, Damian Lillard delivers.
Yeah, oh no, I mean, difficult for sure. Frank did a good job. Actually, Dwayne did a decent job, which, with a group we've never practiced with. And but we competed hard. We had good intent. We had good purpose of play. And our defense was good against a, terrific offensive team. So there were definitely things that we can build on. And same thing, we'll watch the film and hopefully we'll play better at Golden State.
There's Steve Clifford, sounding like the broken record, trying to stay positive. Damian Lillard scored 36 last night. Carmelo Anthony had 23 for the Blazers. Vooch had 27 for the Magic. Another double-double. You heard him talk about the point guard situation with Cole Anthony going out. He said Frank played well. He was talking about Frank Mason, who was picked up just last week. He's a G League player, was the G League Player of the Year last year. Dwayne Bacon also played some point guard last night, but man, this is just getting ridiculous. The Magic are down to their 3rd starting point guard of the season, with Markelle Fultz out for the year with the torn ACL. Now Cole Anthony is gone. The G League Frank Mason is starting now. Magic forward, by the way, Al-Farouq Aminu. Remember him? He hasn't played since November 2019. He made his season debut last night after coming back from a torn meniscus in his right knee. He checked into the game at the 7:15 mark of the first quarter. He played 5 minutes. Then he went out with a tight hamstring. I guess that's what happens when you don't play in a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
You get a tight hamstring when you get out there.
That audio clips we just played, we talk a lot about load management and stuff like that, and player Ernest Eugene. I don't think anybody could begrudge Ernest Eugene if he needed a load management night. If you missed it in those audio clips, that's the team trainer for the Magic. The amount of miles that guy's logged by running onto the court and trying to get guys like, oh God, he's hurt now too. Oh, what's going on? Ernest Eugene needs a load management night. Okay,
Yeah, he does. Yeah, good point.
I don't
The
begrudge
Magic-
that guy taking a night off. That's for sure.
Speaking of that, the Magic have had 125 total player games missed thus far with injury or illness. That's the most in the NBA. So, again, it's just unbelievable how beat up this team is. And we just heard from Steve Clifford, and, he's trying to put up, how do you even stay positive? If you're a Magic fan, a Magic coach, and I realize the coach has to stay positive, or the bottom's already falling out. But
I don't
he's
even
trying
know
to keep.
if it's a thing of being positive for Steve Clifford. This is his life. This is the life that he has had for a couple years at this point, and it's just. It's regular life for him now.
Oh, and I think as a guy who not at the same level, but coaching a rebuilding program, a program that's down that you'd like to get each and every night, each and every game, you have to find a positive. And now you have to acknowledge the negatives and say, we got to fix these things. But if you only focus on the negatives, and you will tear the program down versus building it up. That's why at least every game, or a game where they don't get blown out, he can look at that game last night and pick out some positives and say, okay, these are the things we're doing good. And
Frank played well. Frank played well.
Yeah, I mean, look, and do we not believe that Frank Mason would need like that sort of little pat on the back? Just came from the G League and say, hey, Frank, you played great, man. That was great. Keep it up. Stay confident. Even though you lost the game, you got to find a couple of these positives. It's not that he's positive about the team as a whole, because clearly you can't be. But you better find the small wins if you ever are going to dream about accomplishing the big wins.
So you think that this is just coaching 101?
Absolutely. Right. Yeah, especially for the situation he's in.
Yeah, if you're the Lakers, you're not doing that after a loss.
No.
But if you're the Magic, you have to do that.
Yeah, if you're the
after a loss.
Lakers, Frank Vogel after a loss can be like, yeah, we stunk tonight. We were terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, top to bottom, we were just terrible. Because you know that you got LeBron and Anthony Davis on your team, and then tomorrow you'll be fine. The odds of them going out and being terrible 2 nights in a row isn't good. For the Magic right now, I mean, you're going to your next game without Cole Anthony. You realize, well, we're probably not going to be very good next game either.
Yeah.
Vooch, you better put up 75.
Yeah.
It's not in his
They
bag.
put up 43 the other night, and they barely won. All right around the corner, should fans of the Tampa Bay Bucks be ashamed of themselves? I'll explain next on Open Mic.
Open Mic. We'll be back.
Spontaneous text question of the day.
Spontaneous text question of the day.
All right. So I told you I have to go to a real live press conference today, which means I have to put on pants to go to new UCF Athletics Director Terry Mohajir's introductory news conference today out at UCF. All right. I want you to text in some questions you think he should be asked, and maybe the Bulldog will even ask those questions. Questions that UCF Athletics Director Terry Mohajir needs to be asked, huh?
I always love this. Oh, man. I'm Mike Bianchi. I have a job to do. Hey, audience, do my job
Not
for
only
me.
does this guy not want to put on his pants, he doesn't want to have to come up with the questions.
Absolutely.
You are to newspaper reporting what LeBron is to the All-Star game.
Okay, yeah, give me some questions to ask a new coach. I like to be interactive. I like to, all sports writers and sports radio hosts we are conduits to the fans, all right? The fans don't get to go to the press conference, so we are their conduit. So I'm actually doing a public
streamed live on YouTube? Well,
Yeah,
they can't ask the questions.
They can't ask the questions that they want asked. And we are the people's show, so I want to give the people a chance to ask their questions. You guys make it seem like I'm just being lazy when really I'm providing a public service. That's what's happening.
That checks out.
So text those into 50857. Questions for new UCF AD Terry Mohajir. All right, so I think Tampa Bay should be ashamed of themselves this morning because the Super Bowl ratings came out yesterday, and first of all, the ratings were terrible by Super Bowl standards. Lowest TV ratings in 14 years. Now, did the blowout have something to do with it? Yeah, but even so, I don't even think the ratings at the beginning of the game, I think they were down from previous years, all right? So the lowest Super Bowl TV ratings in 14 years since 2007, all right? Total number, let's see, what were the total numbers for the Super Bowl? 90.75 million viewers, all right? 90.75 million viewers, usually, 91.629 million. That was the lowest since 2006. Steelers Seahawks, 90.75 million. That game, by the way, was also in Tampa. So, low TV ratings. The highest rated TV market for the Super Bowl was Kansas City. All right. They had a 59.9 Nielsen share, which means 59.9% of all TV sets in Kansas City had the Super Bowl on. Second, Boston. That's right. Boston was second with 57.6% of their TV sets on. And third was Tampa Bay. What the hell's going on, Tampa Bay? Boston, Brady's old home, beat you in the Nielsen ratings? How can that be?
Oh, I've got the solution, Mike. I know why.
Why?
Because in Boston, there was a massive snowstorm, and there was literally, you were stuck in your house. So, of course, they're going to watch the Super Bowl. In Tampa Bay, weather's nice.
So many people out on Ybor City, and whatnot. And I'll give you another.
Without masks on, though.
Yeah, no, I know. That's Florida. I mean, Florida's going to do what Florida's going to do, Mike. If Dan Mullen can get all those people in the swamp, he'd love to have them. And I'll give you another effect, too. It's the Floyd Mayweather Jr. effect, is that I think that there are people in Boston watching, hoping for failure for Tom Brady. Listen, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the highest grossing pay-per-view boxing star that the sport has ever seen. And I can promise you this, Mike, it ain't because people were watching hoping he was going to win. It was that they were hoping he was going to lose. And so they had a vested interest in watching that Super Bowl, even though the Patriots weren't in it. I think some people were wanting him to win. But I think
but Tampa Bay was in the Super Bowl. They had a vested interest too in Tampa Bay. Their team was in the Super Bowl.
But again, I think that the factors that Austin mentions, one, they were snowed in. They had really no choice. What were they going to do? Sit there in front of their team and go, "Nope, I refuse to watch. Murder, She Wrote it is." Yeah, they were watching. And then in Tampa, it's still the Bucs. I mean, it's still the Bucs. I mean, the love for that team isn't like
the market. Maybe it's just that, and again, we've had all of this Tampa love because all of their sports teams do well. Maybe it's just the fact that Tampa, I mean, we see it with the Rays all the time. We make fun of their maybe Tampa's just not that great of a sports town. Can we just say that?
The whole state, Mike. The whole state, because we have so many other things to do in this state. Listen, as a Miami Hurricane fan, you know how many times I've had to listen to the argument, Miami fans are lame. You don't sell out the Orange Bowl. You know why? Because, listen, if you lived in Gainesville, there's literally only one thing to do. Tallahassee, a few things to do. If you live in Miami or Tampa or a metropolitan area like Orlando, there's other things that could catch your interest, so you're not as deeply invested in that team. They were third. That's good enough.
No. And plus, here's the other thing. Yes, there's other things to do in Florida, but let's face it, Florida is a state of transplants. All right, we know that, but barely anybody who lives in Florida now actually was born and raised in Florida. I don't know what the percentages are, but yeah, they have other allegiances. They have other allegiances to other teams.
Heck, 30% of the people in the Tampa market that watched it were originally from the Boston market. Moved down here. Yeah,
probably. Anyway, we have a supplemental poll on this. You can go vote on all of our polls at 96.9 The Game on Twitter. Straight ahead, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban is no longer playing the national anthem at his games. Is this a smart business move? I think it is. I'll explain next on Open Mic.
This is Markel Fultz of the Orlando